and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm here with Robert. Preview of the 2015, or review of the 2015 WWE FASTLANE pay-per-view. Well, if y'all wonder why I'm standing in the corner, facing the corner, I am representing one of the most talented WWE wrestlers in his role in the WWE FASTLANE pay-per-view, Damien Sandow, who initially was sitting in a corner, staring at Paul Heyman on the Miz show, and Paul Heyman had a problem with that, so Miz told Sandow to turn around and stare at the turnbuckle. So I figured I would start the video staring at the corner like Damien Sandow did. Yes, that is how the pre-show for the WWE FASTLANE started. We had Miz TV. We had The Miz out there with Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow sitting in the corner at first and happened to turn around because he was staring at Paul Heyman. Of course, Paul Heyman was out there representing his client, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Brock Lesnar not on the pay-per-view. He's not on very many pay-per-views. He won the title at SummerSlam. He's defended it twice in 190 days. We've had a 190-day world champion who's defended it twice. Yeah, he's been on a show here, a show there, but not wrestling. I mean, hell, if I get to defend the title twice in 190 days, I'd have to be world champion too. Obviously, you know, Miz asked Lesnar or Heyman the big question: who does your client want to face at Royal Rumble? Excuse me, I'm fucking it all up today at WrestleMania. Does he want to face Bryan, or does he want to face Roman Reigns? Well, obviously Heyman's got the political answer. You know, whoever wins, my client will face. My client will be blah 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 blah. Whatever, you know. All right, let's get to the show. First match, we had a six-man tag that was made this week on Raw. We had the former members of Team Cena at Survivor Series. We had Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowen, and Ryback versus Team Authority, Big Show, Kane, and Seth Rollins. The main point in this match was just to get Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler on the show. Your biggest talent have to be on your pay-per-views, unlike your world champion. This match really wasn't nothing special, as that, you know, it actually gave it a little time because it's a six-man tag. You know, they gave it about 14 minutes. At the end of it, basically, you had Kane had Dolph in the corner, and Big Show was on the outside, and Big Show knocked out Dolph Ziggler, and Kane pinned him to get the win. Then you had the Team Authority beating down on Ziggler and Ryback and Rowen, and then all of a sudden, I hear voices in my head, the return of Randy Orton finally returned to WWE, come in, couple RKOs, cleared the ring, Seth Rollins booked it out of the fucking arena, headed to the backstage, cameras are following him, he's looking over his shoulder and just running. He's probably still at the airport looking over his shoulder. Obviously setting up WrestleMania, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, been wanting to see it before Randy went to film his movie, and I thought I heard he got hurt, but I don't know. Obviously before that, they were setting up that, so back on track, setting that up for WrestleMania, which is 5 weeks away. Next we had, on the card, we had brother versus brother, we had Stardust versus Goldust. Really nothing special. Something J-Man had said on the Pro Wrestling Pulse was what they should do with these guys, since they're doing brother versus brother, is strip down the characters. Don't have Stardust, Goldust. Have Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes. You know, they got their daddy, Papa Dustin Rhodes involved. You know, the son of a plumber, the common man. So you just strip the characters out of it. Just have brother versus brother with the father as the referee. The match was nothing special. The fans kept chanting Cody, and he's like, "There's no Cody." It's kind of freaking out. I was like, okay, this is weird. The best part of this match was the end. After the match was over, we got Goldust got the quick pin, a little roll up. It's like, huh? That was the pin? You know, whatever. Obviously setting up for bigger and better things, hopefully at Mania, if not Extreme Rules. Something that they did at the end, they had Dusty over talking to Goldust, and Stardust comes over, and Dusty's like, well, Cody. He's like, you killed Cody! Cody the Dashing! He's dead! You killed killed Cody. And yet, Goldust trying to talk to him, and he beat, Stardust beat down Goldust, and just at the fucking end, just the sickest kick ever. Just kicked him right in the fucking head and took some big, like suitcase looking thing for the lightning cords and stuff. It was the overall promo of it with Cody and stuff, it was actually one of Cody's best promos ever. So hopefully this is going to get him away from his brother. Maybe Goldust go on to retire at Mania. Have Cody go on to bigger and better things where he deserves, like he was, 2 years ago? So, alright. Next we have, let's get to why I'm back. Everybody remembers at the Royal Rumble review, I said I would not talk WWE until 3 weeks before WrestleMania because of what happened at the Royal Rumble. If you've seen the show, there was an epic promo that happens later on, is why I'm back. That promo pulled me back to the WWE because of what they're going to do. We'll get to that. Next, we had the tag titles on the line. We had champion the Usos versus the Brass Knuckle Club, which is Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Obviously, Tripp make reference to, take the brass ring, the Brass Ring Club, excuse me, and taking the brass ring and running with it, these young tag teams. One thing WWE does with tag teams is they'll build them up, and then they'll just explode them, or they'll win the titles, and they'll build them up a little bit more, and then they'll fail. These two guys are so good. I think if they just keep doing this gimmick, the Brass Ring Club, just build it up, let them just run with it, Obviously here it was, typical tag match, seemed like a WWE, short, sweet, to the point. We have new tag team champions. It's the Brass Ring Club. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro with Natalya. Natalya had this kind of different heel look to her. What Tyson and Cesaro need to do is get matching gear and just really sell the name of this, the Brass Ring Club. At the very end, after they won the tag titles, they're standing on the ramp, just kind of going like this, looking like they're looking at the ring. It's like, oh my God, you got to actually officially name it and do this. So hopefully this goes forward. Do something crazy at Mania. Maybe with these two teams, maybe add, Los Matadores or the Ascension or the tag team down in, a couple tag teams in NXT they could bring up. And do like a 3 or 4 team ladder match for the titles at WrestleMania. Next, we had Triple H confronting Sting. Tripp comes out in just basically ring-ready gear, had his leather jacket, his new shirt, jeans with a bottle of water. I mean, it was Triple H, ring time, let's match time. He calls out Sting. Sting comes out, didn't say a word. Tripp saying we can do this easy way or we can do this the hard way. The easy way, we can make Sting in 2015 the most popular Sting ever. Merchandise, shirts, the Hall of Fame, offered Sting the world, basically. Or we could do this the hard way. Tripp went to hit Sting, knocked him down, was kind of beating on him a little bit. Sting recovers, pulls out the black bat. Of course, when Sting's down the ring, Tripp goes out in the ring, underneath the ring, pulls out the sledgehammer. Tripp gets back in the ring with the sledgehammer, and then guess what? Sting has black bat, and had black bat right to Tripp's throat. Just looked at the sledgehammer. He tosses the sledgehammer. Sting pushes the bat in his chest, points at the WrestleMania sign. Sting did not say a word through all this. I think he looked great. Obviously in TNA they watered him down and he basically drowned him almost. I'm wanting him at the end of his career in TNA. He was still wrestling in a t-shirt. I didn't like that. I want to see him, take the shirt off, actually be cut, be fit, be ready to go in that ring, which I think he is. He looked damn good, and I want the new Sting shirt. Obviously, rocking my Sting shirt tonight. I have 2 Sting shirts. I want the new one. So that was set. Later on, it was actually officially announced. We have Triple H versus Sting, the WCW franchise icon versus the WWF franchise icon. Sting versus Tripp, WrestleMania 31. Looking forward to it. Next, we had the Divas title on the line. We had champion Nikki Bella versus Paige. Was looking for something here with Paige being one of the top divas right now. Maybe her winning the title here finally. Unfortunately, again, one of those kind of oh shit, the match is overtime moments. Roll up, Nikki wins. But okay, now what? It was really looking good. Maybe Paige winning this. Paige going on to Mania and facing Charlotte, and just having a true women's match. The Charlottes of the world, the Natalias of the world, the Paiges of the world, kind of the Trish and Lita and Mickie James of the past, kind of the new age of that. Unfortunately, Nikki Bella retained her Divas Championship. Next, we had the IC title line. We had champion Bad News Barrett. I got some bad news for you. Versus Dean Ambrose. And Wade Barrett's bad news is the match in the DQ. How Ambrose got DQ'd, I will never know. It's like I'm watching the match going, what just the fuck happened? Obviously, something else WWE's trying to carry forward, trying to make it bigger at Mania. So probably the IC title on the line while Dean Ambrose. Please, dear God, Dean, get rid of them fucking jeans. Get some actual wrestling attire. And get rid of this fucking kiddie kind of, funny, kind of stupid character he's doing. Be the John Moxley that you were in the indie circuit. Bring that into Dean Ambrose's character in real wrestling gear. And you know what, you fans? We'll see how good Dean Ambrose really is. So you're carrying forward probably, they didn't announce it, but I'm guessing IC title match, Ambrose and Bad News Barrett at Mania. The next thing that happened, the greatest promo in WWE history, I believe. The greatest thing that anybody could do. Obviously, you've seen me on Pro Wrestling Pulse. During pay-per-views, B Daddy J cooks delicious food. So we're upstairs after the IC title debacle, getting some spaghetti. Phenomenal spaghetti, B Daddy J. Spaghetti and pancakes. Who fixes that? Only B Daddy J. So we're all upstairs getting our plates. Bryan and Kristen were downstairs in the peanut gallery. And all of a sudden you hear, Druids! Undertaker! I'm like, what the fuck? I go running down the stairs. And to freaking Undertaker's music, the gong, the smoke, the Druids with the fire poles. And there, through the smoke, pops a casket. And two Druids is pushing this casket to the ring. As soon as you've seen the casket, we're all just like glued to the TV, like, oh my fuck, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I look and go, Bray Wyatt's in that casket. No, he's not. It's Taker. It's Taker. So we start joking around, even being stupid, going, oh, it's it's Riley or it's JTG or just something stupid. I go, no, fuck, no. Bray Wyatt's in that casket. They're like, no, it's Taker. It's Taker. It's Taker. He's setting up with Bray Wyatt. They push the casket down the ringside. The lights start to come back on. The casket opens. Out pops Bray freaking Wyatt. Oh my god. Basically saying how dominant, how great Undertaker is at Mania, that he is the next guy, that he is going to take down, just look the promo up. I wish I had it to put it on here. But it's like, I'm going, oh my god. I mean, this is really the first time that Bray Wyatt's mentioned the Undertaker's name. It's like, holy shit, they better fucking do this match. Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, WrestleMania. No one has, I know Shawn did, I think it was Royal Rumble one year. He did the whole thing like this, but nobody's ever done this at Mania, or for Mania. Just somebody to the level of Bray Wyatt, oh my god. This match will be freaking sick as sick can be. So hopefully that actually gets signed for Mania, and yeah. That's what drug me back in. If you've seen it, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just the anticipation, is it Undertaker? And I'm like, fuck, it's Bray Wyatt, guys. They're like, no, it's not. There's no way. Bray Wyatt wouldn't do that. Oh, Bray Wyatt did that. It's almost like a transition of what Taker's been to WrestleMania. You kind of got the Trip character right now, special matches at WrestleMania. The darkness, the promos, Bray Wyatt coming out of this. Why not have Bray Wyatt the 2015, 2016, 2020 version of The Undertaker? Let Bray Wyatt go on the streak like The Undertaker had. And just have every WrestleMania not, what's The Undertaker going to do? What's Bray Wyatt going to do? Who's Bray Wyatt going to face at WrestleMania? Characters are pretty similar. He's got the lantern, Bray Wyatt does. Taker's got the urn. Bray Wyatt can cut a fucking sick promo, as you've seen on here. If you haven't seen it, look it up, guys. I'm telling you, the network, getting the network for free in February is worth seeing this promo, bar none. Next, we have the U.S. title line. We have Rusev versus John Cena. This is John Cena's first U.S. title match on a pay-per-view in 12 years, people. 12 years since John Cena's had a U.S. title match on a pay-per-view. He's been a 15-time world champion. You know, it's like, this just looks so stupid. Obviously, in Raw, having Cena hold the U.S. title up, it's like, really? This is kind of gay. But obviously, trying to, you know, the big bad Russian Rusev. You kind of knew this match was going to end screwy, kind of carrying it on, because there's been rumors of WrestleMania, Rusev versus Cena. And this match actually gave it a little bit. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. It ended by Cena basically passing out, and Rusev got the win by submission. So obviously, probably moving forward with it still. And Rusev retained the U.S. title. Next, we had Best in the World versus Worst in the World. We had Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. The winner of this will be #1 contender at WrestleMania and face Brock Lesnar. I've never had a wrestler like Roman Reigns just jammed down my fucking throat so bad, who the wrestler himself is so bad. At Philadelphia for the Royal Rumble, when Roman Reigns won the fucking Rumble, The Rock comes out to not a fucking pop because of the garbage that was in the ring on Roman Reigns. Trying to give him the fucking push, and it didn't work. The crowd doesn't like this guy, WWE. Nobody likes fucking Roman Reigns. No one thinks he should be main eventing WrestleMania. The guys that should main event WrestleMania? Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Cesaro, just to name 6. A Randy Orton, just to name 7. Anybody but this fucking piece of shit. So you fuck up the Royal Rumble like you did last year, giving us fucking Batista? Now we get goddamn Roman Reigns? Are you fucking serious? I mean, geez, la fucking wheeze, people. Daniel Bryan made this a 3-star match in my opinion. Daniel Bryan's that fucking good. He can drag fucking shit out of a fucking ton of shit, which is what fucking Roman Reigns is. You know what? Roman Reigns got the victory here because of Daniel Bryan. At one point, Daniel Bryan is laughing in the ring because this fucking guy is so pathetic. He's like, are you fucking serious? You give me this to wrestle? I gotta get him ready for Brock Lesnar? Alright! And Daniel Bryan started fucking kicking him. Daniel Bryan actually turned it up a notch. 9 minutes into the match, Roman Reigns was like, you thought Reigns was gonna die! I was hoping. We're not that lucky. So, we have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in the main event at WrestleMania. Oh yeah, unfortunately WrestleMania will sell itself. WrestleMania will get the buys because it's WrestleMania. The undercard for WrestleMania, there's talk of doing Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan. You have Triple H versus Sting's first match ever in WWE. You have brother versus brother, Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, probably. You probably have Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. You probably have Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. And you'll have something with Mizdow and fucking Miz, probably. You'll have the U.S. title, Cena and Rusev. You'll have the IC title, probably Ambrose and Bad News Barrett. You'll have some Diva type match. Hope to God they put something NXT on there, either like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, all NXT guys. How about this, people? Let's do the NXT title. Finn Balor versus champion Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. A triple threat ladder match. Triple threat ladder match for the NXT title. Who doesn't want to see that? Yeah. So overall, this pay-per-view, give it a thumbs down because of the ending. Got Roman Reigns going forward. Don't want to see it. Alright, that will wrap up 2015 WWE FASTLANE review. As always, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for a lot of videos coming up. 34 days to WrestleMania. Have some best of WrestleMania, some other top this, top that videos, plus obviously the NASCAR stuff coming up. Speed Weeks review coming up a couple days from this past weekend and last week in Daytona. All you NASCAR fans. Have a baseball preview coming up in a couple weeks, sometime in March. March Madness. A lot of stuff coming to Robert Sports Show, so always stay tuned. As always, thanks for watching. Have a spiffy night and enjoy Monday Night Raw.